Hello everyone, welcome back with us at Military TV. In today's episode, we will discuss the Harrier, the ultimate vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. If you are curious on what specialties this jet can perform, stay tuned and don't move anywhere. The concept of a vertical takeoff or landing aircraft has been around ever since the first helicopters took flight. Indeed, a helicopter can perform that, but we are discussing a fully fledged aircraft, such as a fighter jet, that has the capability to take off both conventionally and in a short runway space, as well as being able to do all of that vertically and hover like a helicopter. Interestingly, there has been plenty of military VTOL aircraft built, with a lot of them being experimental machines that literally and figuratively never got off the ground. One of the examples is the Harrier Harrier, often referred to as the Harrier jump jet, is without a doubt the most successful vertical short takeoff and landing VTOL aircraft ever manufactured. It was originally developed by British manufacturer Harrier in the 1960s. This jet quickly established itself as the best and most versatile of the VTOL aircraft in development at the time, and the only one ever created that can really be considered a true success. In regard to its variant, there are 2 generations and 4 main variants of the Harrier family, developed both by UK and US manufacturers, including Harrier Harrier, British Aerospace Sea Harrier, McDonnell Douglas AV-8B Harrier II, British Aerospace Harrier II. Referring to its development, the Harrier's first design was that of the Harrier P1127, later known as the Kestrel, which first took flight in November 1960. The P1127 served as the basis of the Harrier and apparently was very similar to the actual production model. Redeveloped into the Kestrel, the aircraft was powered by a single Bristol Siddeley Pegasus 5 vectored thrust turbofan engine that had a very novel way of enabling the aircraft to take off and land either vertically or in a considerably shorter distance compared to a conventional jet aircraft. Moreover, the engine's vector thrust characteristic means that the thrust from the aircraft's engines was directed through 4 nozzles, 2 on each side of the aircraft. The aircraft could take off and land vertically if the nozzles were pointed straight down. If you turn them around, you can have them set for a shorter takeoff run or a standard takeoff if the plane is on a regular runway. The shorter or vertical takeoffs would be perfect for regions such as Germany, where they could take off on the Autobahn or in distant forest areas during a conflict. Lastly, after the Strategic Defense Review in 2010, the Harrier was controversially decommissioned from British service. The AV-8B Harriers, on the other hand, are still in use in the United States. In addition, the F-35B Lightning II is scheduled to replace the Harrier, despite the fact that the aircraft's innovative vector thrusting additional engine has caused problems throughout its development. The terrible thing about the British Harriers is that they were forced to retire early due to financial constraints. However, the aircraft had recently been updated to GR9A level and was expected to remain in service until at least 2018. The fact that the aircraft is still in operation in the United States proves that the UK withdrew the Harrier far too soon. That's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.